Bonjour. Comment ça va bien? Moi? Ah, comme ci, comme ça. Et toi? Ça va bien? Je suis anglais. Je suis anglais. So I'll speak in English. And that was just, a part of me that really wants to learn French. And just over 7 years ago, I I don't know how many years that is. In 2018, in June, I found myself living in Quebec City. And I don't know who I am, honest to God. But more importantly, I don't know who she is. I have no idea. Do you know the song from Supertramp? What's it called? Oh, yeah. The Logical Song. Yeah, you can Google that one and listen. I went to see the Supertramp and the Rolling Stone and all Bob Seger. And just take those old records off the shelf. I'll sit and listen to them by myself because the old rock and roll is dead since 1977 when the king died. Remember Elvis Presley? So after 1977, music went to rock and roll with a lot of metal sound. And to me, it sounded like nails on a chalkboard, if you must know. I, like to tell the truth, and that's how I feel. So it was in reading my book. Apparently that's my name. But I don't know really who she is. Very pretty. I really don't. Jean Sasson, I know, but I don't know this story because it lacks in feeling. Like I can't feel her. It's got all these facts, and it's certainly got that. She's not a liar. But she doesn't appear to have any feelings. So she won't remember. I don't remember. You don't remember if there are no feelings. You don't remember. I remember that. That's my grandson. His name is Dylan Thomas. Oh, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Do you know who said that? Huh? Dylan Thomas of the 16th century. You see, what happened was, I remember my past lives, but I don't remember the past lives like this one is a past life now. To me, I died. If you want to know the end, I think I died. I must have died because I'm in Quebec all by myself, taking records off the shelf and listening to Bob Seger by myself. And Elvis Presley, of course. But I remember in in 3 of those past lives, guys, that not one of them is violent or lies. I think the core of me, the soul of me, is always the same. Yeah, but I can't say, well, with my luck, I'll probably be reincarnated as me again. You will be reincarnated as you again. So if you don't like the dream that you've mapped out, map out a better dream. Take control. Don't be a baby. But I want to tell you something. My past lives, I only lived to 46 in all of them. Mary 1 was 46. She was beheaded in Ephesus, Turkey. You can fact check that, although they'll say she was in a nice heavenly place. No. 46. Right after she proclaimed she saw the spirit of her deceased son. I want to say Trevor, but it was Jesus at the time. And then she had to come back. And she came back as Mary, Queen of Scots. And she brought along, of course, her little lamb, fleece as white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, that lamb was sure to go. And it was King James. And they decided to map out, the real Jesus, consciousness of your heart. Forget all the rules, forget the policy, forget the rituals. No one gives a rat's ass if you gotta sit and remember that all day. Just love. Just be love. Appreciation over gratitude. Appreciation means you feel it. You feel your life and you appreciate it. Then you will remember it. This is not, I can't, this is facts, it's not emotion. So in multiple personality awakening over the last several days, I've had a tidal wave of emotion going through me, but most of them good, I want you to know. And you can take control. At least I am. Whoever I am, I don't know, you tell me who I am. But who is speaking right now on this YouTube channel appears to know what she's doing. Would like your thoughts, if you have any, about past lives. Have you experienced such a thing where you feel you know something about a past life in history or otherwise? Maybe some flashes of images come to you. Maybe you think it's PTSD or something. This, I looked it up, called complex PTSD. They allow for the reincarnation idea of complexity. So that's helpful. No, I won't go to a doctor. I'm not going to be experimented on because nobody can feel what I feel. I'm the one that has to work through it. And then I will remember it, right? Because I'm doing it with love. I love what I do. Ever since I was a child, which is a clue, I've always loved to teach, always wanted to be an actress and a businesswoman. And two dreams I had since childhood were I wanted to learn French and I wanted to learn piano. But I had it in my head, a flash, an image with a dial, like it was very strong, and it said that is my purpose. And what it is the music is, off key. And I'm here to tell you that the music is off key, really bad. It doesn't sound good. And if you have music that sounds really good, then you can put yourself into a better state of thinking. Because thinking is important. If you're thinking about something and watering it all the time, you're going to manifest that, guys, because that's our gift, is the manifestation of our own creation. And we map out what we want to be and who we are before we come. At least I do, and I have no reason to believe I am any different than you or me. We're all one. But we come in characters, and look at us. We have the opportunity to use human senses, taste, sight, sound, but there's more. There's a sense of body temperature you can control. You don't have to die of hypothermia. You don't have to, you can walk on fire because you can control your body temperature and anything within your own body. For a while there, I couldn't go pee properly. And now I just command it to go pee. if I'm stuck. And I go because I believe in myself and that I am living under a divine light, like my dad's with me. I feel him everywhere all the time. I'm woken to our numerical system. I wonder if you are too, waking to coded system. Our system goes from 1 to 9. There are no zeros to keep it simple. Oh, now they've added so many zeros, you'll never muddle your way back to the 9 you need. I wonder if you're becoming conscious to our numerical system, if you have seen 1111 pop up on your clocks, then you are beginning to wake to our numerical system. But rest assured there will be, you gotta erase any zeros around it, like you don't see them. And then you'll have your number that somebody is trying to communicate to you. Like my father and my son. My dad's number is 1139, and he was born in 1939. But the two ones, and then 3, and then 9. And my dad's number is 39. So my son's number, if I want to know if my son is around, is 27, which equals 9. And he was born on May 5, is what we wanted to achieve in dimensional thinking and consciousness is the 5th level. 9. I was born in 1959, September 11th, 1959. All of the streets I have lived on, 144th Street in Surrey, British Columbia. You can bring me back to London. And 119A Avenue in Delta brings me to yet another address with my code written all over it. The abuse I endured since grade 2 did not start in North Delta, though. It starts with the introduction of, well, rather the removal of Dad, right? The divorce. There's no protection for a daughter without her biological father. And when Mother introduces new men, he does not love her, the child, the way the biological father would, because he is naturally connected with love. And the stepfather is not. And so there's some warnings there you should really watch out for. But in my experience since grade 2, I have had blackout after blackout after blackout. And I feel today that I have been through hell since grade 2. And that I fell into a million different pieces, but the core of me, the soul of me, is always the same. And the good news is, I am she. I am the core of me. And I know what I have done is map out this journey in such a profound way. I know I couldn't have done it alone, and I couldn't have done it without the support of both of my parents and every actor in my life. I appreciate, because they created me today, allowing me to isolate and feel. And when I read my own book, I said, who is this little munchkin? Who is this? Because she doesn't feel. She just writes the facts out. Eventually, everybody is going to feel. They're going to come to know both sides or all sides of the story, when right now we only have one image that we believe to be true because it's a headline, right? But there's so much more to each of us. And when you put one person down, it really is bringing you down when you see it, when you can see how we affect other people, like a tidal wave sometimes. And all we need to do is make them feel afraid or ashamed. And I notice that a lot here. People are in states of fear and shame. And sadly, when you are in a state of fear and shame, fear of death, fear of being exposed for something because you did something, it will block you from being in the divine light. And I live in the divine light. What is the divine light? It's where everything comes to me and I don't have to worry. I have complete faith. Like, I'm old age security and I get CPP. So the income is quite enough to pay my food and shelter and some transportation. Not much. I don't get clothes. I don't get anything extra. But I have enough. And I have enough to keep me busy in my kitchen and having fun creating delicious meals from scratch. And seeing how far I can stretch $1 is a lot of fun for me. It is. Whether you believe me or not, I have a lot of fun. I have more creative juices flowing in me living in poverty than I ever did taking everything for granted. And I was so wasteful. I threw everything out. So there's that. And oh. Yeah, I just get through all that, and then I spend the next 3 minutes coughing up poison. Yeah, I can taste particles in the air and get caught in my throat, right? And while I was talking for so long, my throat just tightened right up, and I couldn't reach my cup of tea to take a sip for, make my throat free again. So I ended up having a coughing fit. And what I do is I do not swallow any coughing crap. I do get it out of me. Spit it out in a bucket. Sorry if that's gross, but I don't believe in putting it back in my gut. And I think that works because I have healed my any kind of gut problem is healed. And it's because and if I get congested, I immediately have to decongest. And I have certain medicines. Like I use old-fashioned vaporizing gel, which is basically Vaseline with mint in it. So I stick it right in my nose to clear my congestion. That's one thing. And whatever I can use, but I can't talk about because this is a YouTube and they don't want you talking about it, but it's a natural plant. And not only does it calm your nerves, it really doesn't make you stoned. No, what makes me feel dizzy and weak and this chronic fatigue is, dis-ease, unease. And I know intuitively that if I put myself at ease, Jesus talked about that too. Put yourself at ease. Go into yourself and meditate. Imagine and relax your body. Guide your body with your thoughts. Take control of your thoughts and relax. And erase anything that puts doubt in you. Doubt belongs on the left brain. You learned that. When you live in the divine light, you trust everything. You know everything's on time and on purpose, and you have faith you will be okay tomorrow. Like, as a senior, we got our payment for January 3 days before Christmas, which is usual. We always do. But we don't, that money has to still tide us over for all of January. So, I know because I've been getting it for a while. Well, I went ahead the 3 days before Christmas and paid my rent, paid my phone, paid my hydro, and bought my groceries. Exactly what I needed. And today I have $5 in my French account, $5 in my English account, and $5 credit available on my MasterCard, which is maxed out at $2,500. And I keep it up because I can't ever bring it down on my income. So I have available to me $15, $5 in every account. But I'm going to keep it in there for bank fees, which are around $4. This is how I spend my time. Compartmentalizing, learning how to cope with this, isolation. And it's cruel beyond measure. They don't even put prisoners in isolation for 7 years and not talk to them ever. I'm lucky. I am living under the divine light, and I never feel alone. 39 times 2, that's my dad's birth year, 39, and he is the twin flame of my son, Trevor forever. And my son was born May 27th, 1978. Divide that by 2, you have 39. You have a twin flame. I gotta go, my throat's tightening up. If you got poison in you, spit it out. If your thoughts are dragging you down, change your thinking and take control of your dream. You'll be really happy you did later.